Welcome to Reality Bites. My name's Dave Hinderleiter. I'm here with my good friend Steve Babin today. He's a great volunteer in the community. He's taken over the leadership of the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce as their chief volunteer. And so we're going to find out a little bit about what he's doing in the Chicago Southland region. So Steve, tell us, you've got about an hour and a half. Tell us about yourself and where you're from and a little bit about your family to start with.
Sure. I actually grew up, born in Chicago. Family moved when I was in roughly 5th or 6th grade to Tinley Park. Grew up in Tinley Park, unincorporated area, went to Oak Forest High School. Basically been in the Southland very long time.
At least 15 years.
Oh, right? yes, absolutely.
No, that's good. So you have family here?
I have a daughter. She lives with me currently. She's 26 years old, and she works full-time with her mom, actually.
Well, that's great. So your real job, the one you get paid for,
sure,
that allows you the time to do all the good volunteer work in the community? Yeah. Tell us about that.
I work for a company called Choice Office Equipment, located in Willowbrook, Illinois. We're a small, locally owned business. We provide copier and print equipment as well as related software to help organizations manage and produce documents. We also provide postage meters and related software, so that way people, once they print their documents on our equipment, they can send it out to their clients and customers on our postage equipment.
So everybody has a need for your services, right?
Oh, pretty much, yes.
Yeah. How did you come, because I can tell you my background, a long time ago, my family owned a printing company.
Okay.
So I realized that in today's world, I wouldn't want to be in the printing business because of the products and services that you can offer. Can you touch on some of the ways that technology has changed business in your career?
Sure, absolutely. When I first started in the business in 1988, everything was analog. All copiers were analog. Everybody had paper files. And you would think that over time that printing and copying has decreased, but it's actually surprisingly increased quite a bit. Because people have the internet, and there's a wealth of information. They've got more documents now than they've ever had before. So printing has actually increased or stayed the same. People want to scan now, so the systems are multifunctional and they're digital. So you use one piece of equipment to do everything, basically, to produce a piece of paper, to scan it back in, make it electronic, and you use it to once it's stored electronically, you use that same machine to retrieve the electronic document. So it's been a full circle.
It's really pretty cool though what you can do on one little machine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to make your life easier,
sure,
more organized.
Absolutely.
The efficiency is just unreal.
Yeah.
Do you think that with that efficiency, the pricing structure has gotten better over the course of time, or is it with more technology? Does it cost more? Or how would you?
Operating cost of a copier currently is much less than it used to be, 20 years ago. Just due to better parts, better research and development on new equipment. Equipment lasts much longer now than it used to, 20 years ago. So pricing has come down quite a bit, especially operational cost for a small business, and that's helped us quite a bit too, because we're able to distribute our products and services to more people at a better cost.
I've been involved in a lot of technology meetings across the state in the last few years, and we talk an awful lot about the Internet of Things.
Sure.
I'm not sure what that really means. Can you enlighten me a little bit?
Yeah, pretty much everything is in the Internet or in a cloud, so to speak, a virtual cloud. So if you want to store documents, you don't want to have a file cabinet in your office, you may have a digital file cabinet on a server somewhere, and we'll call it the cloud, and you tap into that cloud, so to speak, to retrieve your documents or your information. And that's kind of my thought of the Internet of Things, is how that works. You're using the Internet no matter where you are to access your information, whether it's on your smartphone while we're here talking, or if you're on the bus or a cab or an Uber, you can pretty much get everything that you need wherever you are.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
How
it's
changed from when we were youngsters. And
yeah.
The other day, I got out my app to see where I'd been. And it's just kind of scary that you're always being tracked.
Yeah.
Whether you know it or not.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's a crazy thing. You got to turn that off. I just found out the off button. But when you speak about the cloud,
yeah,
and I think that that topic is just so important for business people, safety and security. Because I know when it first started talking about the cloud, people were saying, well, how could that be safe? But
Yeah.
what do you think about that?
In my opinion, the cloud is very safe. The companies that have cloud servers are very well protected, and they look out for their clients as well. Nothing's 100% perfect and ideal, but I'd say for the most part, it's much more secure, because if you had paper files in your office and you had a fire, those documents are gone. If you have water damage, those documents can be destroyed. When they're in the cloud, they're accessible, hopefully by you only, and that's where some of the risk may come into play. But for the most part, they're very secure, and everything that I have is pretty much in the cloud, so it's somewhere in a cloud.
Well, it's so nice because you can access it from anywhere. Again,
Absolutely.
from that, they don't call it a smartphone for nothing,
Right.
It's just amazing. Today, since we're talking about the Internet of Things, in your industry, do people buy equipment, or what do you think the percentage of buy versus lease versus what's the smart way to go in your opinion?
I'd say 95% of our customers lease equipment, only because it gives you an actual upgrade path for your hardware. Products or services or even features on a machine now weren't available 2 or 3 years ago. So why buy something that you have to keep for 5 to 10 years when you can just upgrade it every 3 to 5 years and keep up with technology?
Yeah.
For example, copiers now, you can put apps on your copier just like you can put apps on your phone. So if you want to access your Google account from your copier, you can do that. You can log into your copier while you're standing there, pull up your emails, your calendars, your documents, and print them directly without the need of even a computer.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
No.
Wow. The Internet of Things. Too many things happening.
Yeah.
So you say this is a smaller company?
Correct.
Family owned?
It's privately held.
Yeah.
Owned, yeah.
And so do you rep a lot of different lines then?
No,
That, or is it a specific product?
Yeah, we specialize in 1 or 2 products, so to speak, as far as the copier equipment goes. The copier manufacturer that we represent is Kyocera. Actually, CopyStar made by Kyocera. Our postage meters are FP mailing solutions, which are located right in Carroll Stream. So it helps us specialize in one product versus a copier technician having to carry a car full of parts for multiple products. We specialize in one.
That's a lot of instruction manuals, knowledge base that they have to carry around.
Exactly.
Well, cool. So that primary office is in Willowbrook.
Correct. Yes.
But you have a territory then that you cover, Steve, or you can go anywhere and work?
Yeah, being a small company, we have the opportunity to go anywhere. So I've got clients as far south as Coal City and as far north as Waukegan. So and everywhere in between.
Yeah, good for you. So you relocated from Chicago to Tinley Park, and so now this is kind of home base for you.
Yes.
And I know that you've just come into the leadership of the chamber, and you've been involved in the chamber for a long time.
Yes.
But can we talk about that for a little bit? Because to me, that's exciting. A business organization that's there to benefit everybody, and I have to compliment the Tinley Park Chamber. Done a great job over the years that I've been witnessing, and I think you should be very proud of the legacy that you're working with.
Absolutely.
Good stuff going on.
Absolutely.
And I think that if we talk about it for a second, that sometimes when I ask, or when I told somebody that I work for the Chamber of Commerce, and they said, what does that mean? And I said, well, we can't really talk about that, but you can talk about it. You're the head volunteer. What does it mean for the Tinley Park to have an aggressive and working Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah, sure. All chambers of commerce, regardless of the community, their primary role is to help their members thrive economically, to do good in the community. The better a company runs and operates, the better they can support the community as well. So, again, as a chamber of commerce in Tinley Park, we help organizations basically prosper, and that's the primary function. And to help local businesses work with the community as well. So the community has resources they can go to. They can always reach out to the chamber and ask, do you have a plumber you recommend, or a copier company you recommend, or what have you.
Yeah, I think you kind of get tossed in the role of being the Better Business Bureau of the community, but you're not, because
Correct.
that is another entity.
Correct.
But I know in my history, I got a lot of those calls, and it was never
Yeah.
beforehand, which is what the proper way would be to contact
Sure.
the chamber.
Absolutely.
But when I started in chamber work, the internet wasn't invented yet. Gore hadn't done that, and and so people actually came in.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a unique thing that people they came in all the time. But then you were only available during those working hours. Today, it's a whole different world.
Oh yeah, 24 hours you're available.
And so then, as your role as the chief volunteer, correct? And in this case, we call it the president or chairman or what?
President of the board.
President of the board.
Yes.
And then your responsibility is what?
Basically to keep up with all events. The Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce has multiple events every year. Most are fun events. There are business events as well that involve networking and helping our member companies grow. So forum type events, which we're actually going to do a lot more of going forward. That's primarily just to oversee things, make sure things are heading in the right direction, make sure the members are getting the benefit that they deserve from their membership in the chamber.
What size is your board today? How many board members do you have?
We have 13 board members and myself, as well as an executive director, Jackie, that works in the office. And so it's a good sized board. It's a great group of people.
Yeah. I'd say that's a working board with
Yes.
one staff person to do all the events and the information sharing and just communication, keeping up a website and sending out a newsletter. And
I'm glad you brought that up. We actually do have a second person currently, Diane. She is our membership coordinator.
Okay.
So she helps attract new members to the chamber, and she also helps with events. But the events, as I mentioned, we do quite a few, has become such a big job, we're bringing on an events coordinator as well. And that person, she starts March 20th. She will be helping coordinate all our events and sponsorships and things like that. So again, our members will get tremendous benefit from their membership in the chamber.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing because there's so much work, and for one or two people, it's really hard. So you guys work really well together. I think that's one of the really cool things that the Tinley Park can hang their hat on, that they work together really, really well. Close-knit group.
Yes.
And you've got to be proud of that.
Absolutely.
What do you see the future of chambers of commerce in the big picture?
Yeah, chambers are going to have to consistently evolve and change the way they do things. The biggest, in my opinion, the biggest focus needs to be back on the members. We're here.
Which you're a member.
I am a member. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to get some value.
Exactly.
From giving your time.
Exactly.
And pocketbook. And
our members do pay an annual due, and for that annual due, they want to receive some return on their investment. That's where the focus needs to be, is to help promote and support our member businesses.
Good. Well, I know you've got a really exciting annual event that's in the pipeline, so
Absolutely.
to speak. You want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
Is it okay to talk about it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
April 1st, this year, 2017, is our eighth annual Bruin Vine Fest. This is one of our fun events, and it's a huge event. It's our biggest event of the year. We attract multiple craft brewers. Don't quote me on the number, but I want to say 60 craft brewers, probably providing hundreds, maybe a couple hundred different craft brews that can be sampled. We have many vintners providing wine samples, and then we have food vendors that'll all be at the Tinley Park Convention Center. Again, I think starting, it's April 1st, it's a one-day event. Starts about 4 or 5 p.m., runs through 9 or 10 p.m., and again, don't hold me on the times. But it's a great event, it's fun. We'll get well over 3,000 people to the event at that one day.
Wow.
And there's it's a ton of fun, good music as well.
So there's music, food, vino, craft beers.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's anything left, is there?
Friendship, fun.
Well, obviously, that's great, because I think you always have an opportunity to grow relationships in any kind of event like that.
Absolutely.
Is it a ticketed event?
It is a ticketed event. There's 2 ticket levels. There's general admission, and there's also a VIP admission. VIP admission is an hour early, and they get more taste tickets to enjoy more samples. There will be tickets sold on site as well, so if you run out of samples, you can always buy some more.
Okay.
And
is there a souvenir container or anything?
Yeah, you'll
lack
get
of a better term.
a Bruin vine glass, taste glass. I believe it's a 4-ounce glass. It's a sample size. But
Highly coveted in the
yes,
community, right?
absolutely.
Be there or be
Absolutely.
square.
Absolutely, and yeah, so the samples are great, and it's a very fun event, and we couldn't do it without our volunteers. We have over, I want to say, approximately 100 volunteers that help us with the event because it's such a big event.
That's a big undertaking for sure.
Yeah,
In
and-
one day, so
Oh yeah, and our volunteers are all either member businesses or people from the community, different community groups and residents.
okay, great. So there's still time to purchase tickets. And you
Absolutely.
can buy them that day if you run out. Can you get admission to the event that day as well, or do you need to pre-register for that?
It's best to pre-register and buy them online. You can visit our chamber website at tinleychamber.org, and there's a link to our Bruin Vine site where you can buy the tickets. My hope is to sell out before the day of, so there may not be tickets the day of.
So approximately 3,000 tickets is where we're
Yeah,
at.
yes,
Yeah,
correct.
and free parking at the convention center, and
Yes.
they're a great host facility. I know that.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So that'll be a really fun time. Again,
Yeah, absolutely.
April 1st, 2017. So this 8 years?
I believe it's the 8th annual.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the goal of the event other than having a great time?
It's mainly to bring the community together. People come from all over actually for this event, but it brings community together. It is a fundraiser as well for the chamber. The chamber does not get any government money. We're just a not-for-profit business that helps other businesses grow.
Yeah, so some non-dues revenue comes out of this.
Correct.
If there's, because you got a lot of bills to pay out of
Yeah,
that
we do.
too.
We do. We've got 3
Yeah.
salaries now. That'll be
Yeah. Well, just the event alone is expensive. People
It
think
is.
it's
It costs a lot.
yeah,
for an
it
event
does.
like that.
From licensing, and insurance,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just planning, marketing. So, are you still looking for volunteers?
Yeah, absolutely. You can always call the chamber office,
Okay.
or visit the chamber website, and there'll be links
Okay.
to volunteer.
Awesome. Well, Steve, as we wrap up today's program, any last words of wisdom from the chair of the president of the chamber? Anything you'd like to say?
Just all the chamber events are fun events. The business related events are fun events as well. Networking and meeting new people and making friendships and making connections. That's the key.
Good. So, at the end of the day, you can be in business and be serious and still have some fun.
Absolutely.
Awesome,
Absolutely.
awesome.
Do it every day.
Well, listen, hey, thank you so much for spending some time with us here.
Thank you.
At our program at the beautiful studios here in Orland Park.
Oh, these are great.
And so we look forward to seeing you very soon, April 1st for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, thank
you.
There are many ways to showcase your product and service, but if you focus on the effectiveness of the medium, video marketing is a wise decision. In fact, people these days are shifting from audio and text to video. And with social media making it easier for you to share and post a video, it's definitely a must-do marketing strategy. Southland TV knows that the goal in marketing is to gain brand recognition, so your company has to be remembered. We also got some numbers for you. People have been shown to remember 10% of what they hear, 20% of what they read, but 70% of what they see and hear. It's like no-brainer. Now, let's get you started on a standout video which we will produce. Southland TV is the first online video magazine of its kind for the South Suburbs. Call us at 708-289-0221 or visit our website for more details.